Happy New Year. Uh, I imagine everybody's still asleep, right? Well, if you partied last night, everyone's still. I didn't party last night. I stayed home and did some GTO. I did like 2 hours of GTO, and I just, I got hypnotized, and it wasn't bad. It was a good session, 81% on Octopi. So I've gotta work like one. I shouldn't be working anymore. But there's just one more tournament I want to hit, something, and then I'll be done with it. And then I'll be done with it, you know. So I'm practicing. I don't think GTO is. Anyway, what am I talking about? Happy New Year. The reason I'm here is because Gukesh inspired me yesterday. I thought, man, his moves were hot yesterday. Yeah, he was that Hans game was ridiculous. Anyway, thank you for being here, hanging out with me. When I first made this channel, I thought it would just be for my friends. It may pick up a few, you know, people along the way who like the old school analysis. Talk about ICC and old players, a few stories from Washington Square Park, some hustlers, and yeah, this was supposed to just be for a goof in a way. But I really love chess, and anyway, thanks for hanging out with me sometimes. I hope you have a good New Year. Uh, let's see what Saren and Gukesh. So here we go. Getting ready, and they know each other so well. Okay, we have like a larcenist. I'm not prepared for this. Uh, okay, London's double fianchetto. I guess you castle go d3, knight d2, rook e1, or and try to get an e4. This is a good line. This is a good way. Oh, c4 is good too. Then this one is, yeah. You try to rook a2 and queen a1 is the business and take the diagonal. Carlsen likes to play like this. Queen a1, take the long diagonal. Then you just it's I think you can even move the bishop somewhere. You go 95 is probably a thing. Or rook c1 looks like a good move. Try to put some tax on the, even knight d4, put some tax on the c6 weakness all of a sudden. Yeah, rook c1, that makes sense. And, well, oh, that's weird. See, I wouldn't have done that yet. Why clarify things? Why not leave the pawn weak on c? I don't understand. You're supposed to just move the bishop out of the way and then put the rook on c2 before you start. Yeah, I mean, the, yeah. But now maybe he gets to trade things, doesn't he? Can he go rook c8? Is there something wrong with that? Right? Maybe you prepare this before you trade so that, well, I guess he could go rook c8 anyway. Okay, this is the main deal. 95. You might think you can go nuts with the king saw g4 and h4, but then I can go to e8 to defend g7. Wouldn't go to h5 because bishop f3 attacks that defense, but maybe they've decided they're not going to play. They generally fight each other very hard, even though they're teammates. All these guys are. I was watching some old British videos the other day. It's funny, the Right Honourable Gentleman Jonathan Mestel, Dr. Jonathan Mestel versus Dr. John Nunn. They're so polite to each other, but they're trying to kill each other on the board. Hey, what's happening here? It seems like everything getting traded. I don't understand. What kind of chess was? I mean, if you had to say, oh Jesus, who is this man? Why do we have to listen to this garbage? If you had to say who was maybe slightly better, maybe it's white, because the bishop on h7 isn't too thrilled with life, is it? Bishop on g2 isn't doing anything either. Come to think of it, it's probably equal. Probably equal. What are you gonna do? Knight f3, knight e5. Just f6. Yeah, this is good. You can bring the f6. You made a little weakness. Maybe you can go king f8 and bishop g8, and then go e5. You get the bishop out that way. You know, you have to move the queen from d7 to play e5, but it's good too. Yeah, bishop f5 is coming. You can trade it that way. How to make progress. 91? 91 knight? No, 91 knight c2. Maybe you can pin the knight. Then you'll have to move the queen. Yeah, I guess you could try to get two bishops that way. Because the knight ain't going anywhere else. What is he? Oh, that's cool. He made a square for his knight on d4. And he's trying to put pressure. You got to do that. And that's good. That's very clever. Nihal's smart. It's you got it in his e5 to take away that square. That was perfect. Perfect. Now this bishop becomes funny. Maybe it's time to bring it home to e3 and just go bishop d2. What? Yeah, I sort of feel like he should have brought that bishop back to d2 so he doesn't have to worry about this. Like, his bishop is misplaced. Like, he put it down there and it's all alone. Yeah, he should have done that before. Because now he can slither in. That's cool. Bishop h3 was... Bishop h3 was a clever little tic-tac. Or was it? Yeah. Try to get rid of that bishop. That's defending the e2. And if he has to take the knight on c3, man. Oh. Nah, this is starting to Gukesh doing his thing, man. Gukesh. Gukesh is a monster, man. Gukesh is fed up. Gukesh is fed up with everybody. Everybody's calling me a botzer. He's saying nobody thinks I'm gonna win this match. You know, whatever's happening. Yeah. Sort of had to go for this to try to... Yeah, you do have to watch out for these bishop h6s. I mean, he has a passed a pawn, though. Can't he just go queen d1 and make the guy trade? Can't he just go queen d1? Yeah. And that's, now this a pawn is just shuffle off to Buffalo. Shuffle off to Buffalo, man. Put on your tap dancing shoes and go to the saloon Why is he calculating? What is he? He's always calculating. Oh man, that's why he was calculating. Uh. Oh man, look at that. Was cute. I don't know. Couldn't he have just shuffled off to Buffalo? This is good stuff. He's sharp. This could be one of those opposite color bishop endings that's winning, actually. But he just keeps the bishops. Snapple. Snapple, but yeah. It's lost. It's lost. It's good. Beautiful stuff. And he's gonna. What are you gonna do? Wow. That was great. That's great stuff. The G pawn's just. Yeah, he's got two little football players to worry about. Another ad. Blueberries and eggs. Oh, what a nice dog. Beautiful game. Yeah. I'm a fan. I'm a fan again. Nothing you can do. Nihal fights so hard. Just pin that knight. Oh, you can't move anyway. It's sharp. Sharp. That's all you can say. He had to bring that bishop back before and put it on d2. Make sure no shenanigans, you know. I don't know, putting the bishop out in no man's land probably wasn't right. See, saying it now, he's a little bit, can't figure it out. Okay, next case. Let's find another one. Nice game. Boy. It's hard to find a good one. Just an individual game. Bu Zhangji. Bu Zhangji. Okay. Let's go Bu Zhangji. A zillion ads. Chess-based mobile app. Can I, Okay. Parallel Knights. Magnus late, as usual. So it doesn't matter. Queen's Indian. Oh, the knight e4 line. This is the Kasparov, by the way. All right. This is a rather dull way to go with white. Theory, but I don't know. Do you want to play like this against Mag? Just trade all the pieces? It's the worst guy to trade all the pieces with. He's gonna make you play an endgame for 180 moves. He says you can't castle. Okay. Yeah. Double them pawns. That's committal. Bishop e4 is coming, so what can you do about this? You can't play, like, maybe you can go knight f6, can you? It looks like c5 is if you move the knight, c5 could be an issue. F5, okay. Might tuck the king away. Tuck the king away, put the bishop on the long diagonal. Yeah. King h1, rook g1, bishop f1, bishop g2. Something like that. Just trying to figure out a plan. Is he gonna go nuts? Can you go g5 and go crazy? Nah, that's too much. Well, he did it. He did it. Yeah, he says I'm gonna go crazy. Looks like he can get away with taking it. You do have rook g1s. And the light bishop guards your long diagonal. Seems like he's okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, if you went rook g8, there was rook a8, and he trades. There's too many ads, man. What's going on? Why? They're always trying to sell some stupid shit. If you need a car, you'll go buy a car. Queen h5. Okay, he's trying to come in. You do have to stop this. Well, that's clever too. This guy's, but okay. Now Magnus is gonna do the Magnus thing. Probably take the queen and it'll maybe go king f6 to stop the rook coming in, and then maybe rook a8 and rook a3 could be a problem. Hmm. Okay. Wow, this is the endgame he wanted, huh? Uh-huh. Leave him with one, pawn lonely on c4. Is that going to be enough? Because if he can get a knight on b6 and some king somewhere, it's hard to do. Yeah, knight on b6 and... Oh, and then he can get d5 and start the... Yeah. Looks like he's going to win. And now, is he getting... But how's he breaking through exactly? The bishop is well placed. He has to go e5 if he wants to try to win. Trade more pawns if you want. That pawn on e3 keeps everybody away. He should not lose this game, but it's the Magnus effect. Do you think he's going to win? He should not lose this game, but be careful, yeah. Be careful to open these dark squares. I don't know. How are you going to lose this one? How's he going to win this game? Just bring the king around to a5 is the only way. But you sort of have to be careful. Because if the bishop like if you move the king too far and the bishop goes on g6, you may lose the game. No. Knight goes on f3 and lock the king to defend this pawn. Well, he just moved the pawn. Okay. The problem is you can't ever move the king too far to the queen side because the pawn is weak on f5 and then... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something happened. He's getting forked on f1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. He did it to himself. He's going to win again. Dead draw. He hit the pawn and he threatened knight f1 at the same time. He moved. Another ad. AI beginners. That's it. Another win from Air. From Air in the new year. And here they come. Now you just have to make a few moves, get some time, and then you figure out a new plan. And that's it. Knights are tricky. Knights are tricky. Knights are tricky. You're the king, and as soon as you leave the castle, they're back in the tower with your woman. The knights are tricky. Okay. We'll keep it short for New Year's. Magnus, I tell you, the guy's blessed. He's the luckiest. I mean, he's all right. He's obviously, you can argue that he's the GOAT at this point. But man, is he lucky. He's lucky. He should be playing poker. He should be playing poker because he just flop a set every hand. All right, everyone. I'll see you later.